my name is Muhammad Syamuddin bin Ali, my tick number 82691, and today I will present abstract. Nitrogen content in food usually calculated to deduce the nutritional value in the food. Hence, KJL method is used to calculate the nitrogen content. This program will help to facilitate the whole project. Quality control, which is part of this program, is performed to ensure the process of determination of nitrogen stably with less interruption. The design of KJL method, process and quality control program is discussed. Nitrogen is a non-metallic element belonging to group 15 of the periodic table. It is colorless, odorless, and flavorless gas that make up 78% of the Earth's atmosphere and is a component of all living things. Nitrogen is used in the industrial setting as an inert atmosphere or to dilute other gases as a precursor for nitrogen compound like ammonia and nitrate and as a purging gas. Nitrogen is also used in refrigeration system, fish drying, and the food industry to keep food fresh. Nitrogen is important in the human body as it is a component of amino acid which make up proteins, nucleic acid, and genetic material such as RNA and DNA, and it can be obtained from food that contain protein. What are the principles used in the nitrogen for wheat? Nitrogen is an essential nutrient for the growth and development of wheat plant. Fertilizers such as ammonium nitrate, urea, and ammonium sulfate are commonly used to introduce nitrogen to wheat crop. However, the crop unique demand and soil circumstances will determine how much nitrogen fertilizer is used. Nitrogen solutions are liquid fertilizer that contain nitrogen and can be applied directly to the soil or to the foliage of the plant. However, wheat is a major crop with the lowest nitrogen efficiency, or in short term NUE, and only 30 to 35% of applied nitrogen fertilizer could be absorbed. The reaction used in the use of nitrogen for wheat. Nitrification and nitrogen fixation are two important reactions that involve nitrogen in wheat production. Nitrification is a process by which nitrogen and molecules such as ammonium are transformed into nitrate by a chemical process in the soil. Nitrate is a type of nitrogen that is more readily available to plant. Nitrogen fixation is a process by which nitrogen is converted from the atmosphere into a form of usable by plants. This process is carried out by nitrogen-fixing bacteria that live in the root nodule of the legume plant.
Hello everyone, my name is Nurhana, and now I will present about material and method of KJL method. A Danish chemist named Johan KJL created the KJL method, which was first used in 1883. The KJL method has been employed for determining nitrogen in a variety of samples for more than 100 years. To calculate the protein content, KJL nitrogen is measured in food, meat, feed, cereals, and forage. Our group has been chosen a few materials for this method. We have three important steps, which is ligation, distillation, and titration. The first one is ligation samples. Put around 2 grams of the grinded sample into a 300 milliliter test tube and weight it in a nitrogen-free weighing board. For each sample, we need to add 2 catalyst tables VCM and 25 milliliter concentrate sulfuric acid. Then we need to prepare some additional blend with all chemical and without the sample. Swirl the tube slowly to gently suspend the sample. For the purpose of absorbing the acid gases produced during ligation, connect the scrubber to the speed register. Place the rack containing the samples inside the heated apparatus. Analyze the sample using the criteria, and if the sample's tube liquid is not clear and blue-green, continue to degas for an additional 30 minutes as directed in step 3. Allow the sample to cool to room temperature. Now, the second step is distillation, and we can proceed it with titration. Distill the sample using the parameter list below, which is H2O, H3BO3, NaOH, protein factor, H2SO4, and analyze time for distillation and titration is from 4 minutes for one test. Then we can get the result for the determination of nitrogen and Noodle, and you can use calculation to calculate the sample.
Hello everyone, my name is Mix Viviana Angelica Gomez. My metric number is 84459. In this video, I will be talking about Quality Assurance Program. Quality assurance consists of two related activities, which are quality control and quality assessment. Both need to be operational and coordinated. Quality assurance is a system of activities to provide the assurance that a product or a service meets the standards of quality to the producer or user of the product or services with a stated level of confidence. Quality assurance also a method of avoiding errors or preventing problems that may arise during the operation of a service, and it can predict that the outcome will meet the customer's desired requirements. Quality control is a system of activities designed to ensure that a product or service meets the needs of its users. The purpose is to offer satisfactory, adequate, highly reliable, and cost-effective quality. As such, the process can be compared to an industrial production process in terms of its capability to develop objects with a high level of reproducibility. Once this is formed, the specificity can be outlined, and any biases can usually be discovered and omitted or compensated for, resulting in the required data quality. Quality assessment is the system of activities to provide assurance to ensure the overall quality control task is carried out effectively. It includes a continuous evaluation of the products produced as well as the performance of the manufacturing system. Even though quality control guidelines describe how an analysis should be performed, they do not specify whether the system is statistically controlled. The objective of quality assessment are to determine when a system has reached statistical control, to pinpoint when the system has moved from statistical control, and to propose why a loss of statistical control took place that corrective measure can be taken.
My name is Scarlett Sandam, and I will be presenting the discussion part. The discussion part can be divided into two, which is the Quality Assurance Program and the Kajadal Method. Data Quality Objective, or DQO, is part of Quality Assurance Program. Data Quality Objective add in planning systematic process involved. In this term, we can consider DQO facilitate in determining the detergent's content in the noodle. Second step of DQO is identifying the decision. The decision that we identify is to use the Kajadal method. This method involves a digestion, distillation, and titration process. Third step comes hand in hand with the second step, which is the identifying inputs to decision. After figuring out that Kajadal method is used, we need to identify the flow of the whole process and material and equipment needed. The flow of the whole process will be from digestion, distillation, and titrations, also how each product process will help to determine the nitrogen content. The fourth step will be defining the study boundaries. In terms of Kajadal method, the boundaries can be considered as hindrance or obstacle that may be faced throughout the whole process. The next step is developing a decision rule. In this step, it will be mainly focused on the parameter used for determinations of nitrogen content. In addition, the next step is specifying tolerable limits on decision error. In Kajadal process, there might be error occur. When error occur, what steps need to be done to salvage the whole process? Last step is optimizing the design for obtaining data. When the nitrogen content analysis using Kajadal method starts to operate, the result can be studied and observed. Hence, we can use this result to optimize the designs of the Kajadal method. For example, by determining the amount of product needed.
My name is Siti Fatimah binti Abdullah, number matric 85724. I will present the last part, which is conclusion. In conclusion, the Kajadal method was created more than a century ago to find the nitrogen concentration in organic and inorganic materials. Kajadal nitrogen analysis are carried out on a range of materials including meat, feed, grains, wastewater, soil, fuel, and pharmaceuticals. Only nitrogen that is bonded to organic substance such as proteins, amino acid, and nucleic acid, and ammonium are measured by this approach. Quality control and quality assessment are two related tasks that make up quality assurance. Both must operate together and be coordinated. The advantages of this technique are the Kajadal method is still the gold standard for comparison with all other procedures and is applied internationally. The second benefit is that it is a widely used method for estimating the nitrogen contents of foods, pharmaceuticals, and other molecules because of its high precision and strong reproducibility. The technique disadvantages is that it takes a long time to execute. A significant risk is posed by the use of concentrated sulfuric acid at high temperatures, as well as using several possibly harmful catalysts. That's all from us. Thank you for watching.